Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Joe Truemark and I am the Halo Enthusiast. If you're new to my channel, I recommend stopping by my welcome video, as this will give you an idea of where you are on my schedule. But if not, let's press on to the good stuff. So this video is in regards to my REQless challenge. It's taken me a while to get on with it, but I have finally got my act together and have decided what I'm going to do. So to begin with, I thought it would be really cool to try and only exclusively use weapons by race. So I decided that first up is the Forerunners. The aim for this is that I get more of a chance to burn through my collection at a faster rate, to try and get rid of them all. So for this first game, I decided that I would try not to use loadout weapons, but just try to go for a complete Promethean loadout instead. But before we begin talking about the gameplay and the action, I thought I would do a bit of an analysis of my collection so far and see if we can make a few assumptions. So when I was analysing my REQ collection, I figured that I had in total roughly about 21,000 REQs. Obviously a very high number, but I want to ask myself the question, how many REQ points would it take to buy back my collection? Well, this answer may be a bit more in depth than at first appearance, so there are many ways to get this answer, but I'm just going to summarise the main ones. So in essence, we need to attach a REQ point value to each REQ, so that we can say roughly how much they are worth. Now, you could say the sell back value, but that is what the game is willing to give you and not how much they are worth on first purchase. So how do we even begin to come up with a figure? First, let's understand how much each REQ pack costs and understand how many REQs we get in a pack. So a gold pack costs around 10,000 REQ points and contains 14 REQs, 2 of which are permanent. Silver packs cost 5,000 REQ points and contain 12 REQs, 2 of which are permanent REQs. And bronze packs cost 1,250 REQ points and contain 9 REQs. Now, I've unlocked all the REQs, which means that I get REQ points back when I purchase gold and silver packs. So roughly I have worked out that each gold pack will cost me about 4,000 REQ points and silver packs will cost me about 2,000 REQ points. So doing the math for gold packs, 4,000 REQ points divided by 12 REQs is 333 REQ points per REQ. And if we were going silver packs, 2,000 REQ points divided by 10 REQs is 200 REQ points per REQ. And then bronze packs is 1,250 REQ points divided by 9 REQs is 138 REQ points per pack. So also in those calculations I've taken out the 2 permanent REQs that you would get for gold and silver. So now we can come to some sort of conclusion here. So I have 21,000 REQs, but they are not all the same tiers. So now we must know how many I have in each tier. So I've added them up and come to the following figures. So in common I have 2,312. Uncommon to rare I have 11,284 REQs. Ultra rare to legendary I have 7,663 REQs. So now the idea is to calculate how much each would be valued in a REQ sense. So common, the way we do this is we take common, so 2,312 REQs times by 138 REQ points equals 321,090 REQ points. So, and then uncommon to rare is 11,284 REQs times by 200 REQ points equals 2,256,800 REQ points. And then we go to ultra rare to legendary, and 7,663 times by 333 REQ points equals 2,554,307 REQ points. So if we total all this together to find out how much all of that is, it would come to 5,132,337 REQ points. So I feel that this is a more realistic amount of the points that you would need. However, here I make the assumption that gold packs only give you ultra rare to legendary, but I've decided not to include the lower tiers of uncommon to rare because this would be double counting those figures. So this figure is only a best guess. But to be on the safe side, how much would I need if I was to just buying back my collection with gold packs? So if all items were purchased on the gold pack standard, so we take my whole collection, which is 21,000 single-use REQs, and times that by 333 REQ points per, as per REQ, and that would be 6,999,930 REQ points. So a colossal figure to be sure, but one which I've almost reached, as I am currently sitting about 6 million REQ points. So when I hit 7 million REQ points, I could be confident to say that I'm buying back most of my collection, which means that anything I gain after that number is a bonus. So now that we've done that analysis, let's move on and talk about the gameplay. So here I'm rocking the light rifle, and just trying to take down this banshee. But so one thing I've learned while trying to do this was that actually it was really quite difficult to just try and stick with a fully Promethean style loadout. I find what was happening is I was dying quite a lot and didn't have the REQs available to try and pull something else. So it was quite difficult without using the loadout weapons. So I think one of the problems with Warzone is that I don't know whether it's necessarily a problem, but it seems that of course I get killed by a whole squad. Anyway, so I think one of the problems is that with Warzone is that it revolves mostly around loadout weapons, and it seems that most of the loadout weapons actually seem to be on par, or if not a little bit better even than the power weapons that you can get. So like I'm here with the open hand, and it's really quite useful. I do quite like it. It's a decent weapon, but I still feel that somebody with a pistol can still outgun you, especially because when they boost, they're able to dodge most of your bullets, which can obviously be a problem. And I think for a level 3 rare REQ, I think the bolt shot should have a little bit more punch. I was finding that the base bolt shot was really lacking, and even though close fist, I really like close fist, but even then it's quite. I think those Forerunner weapons are quite sort of underpowered, especially for their REQ. I know they're only REQ level 1, but the light rifle's a bit better. But what I found was that, say you wanted to rock up with just a purely Promethean loadout, you'd have to have pretty high REQs just to have a couple of power weapons. So I think that Warzone, it just revolves around having good loadout weapons, which kind of defeat the point of you pulling power weapons most of the time. And I just got annihilated by the tank there. But so that game didn't go so well. It looked like the other team was just generally better, but I think it was difficult just trying not to use the loadout weapons. So we're going to go with another game. So in this game, the next one, I'm going to try to use the loadout weapons to try and get my REQs up, but then pull the power weapons when I can, and just use a combination of the two. So hopefully it will still provide some interesting gameplay. So here we go. I think we've got another game starting. So we're on Skirmish at Dark Star. And actually, I really like this level. I think it's one of the better maps. I really enjoy the dynamic of the interactive doors and all that kind of stuff. So just dropping in now. So yeah. So the thing is, I was thinking that the bolt shot doesn't really compare to, say, the pistol. The pistol against multiplayer Spartans is far superior, but the bolt shot is useful against, say, like the Prometheans here, to crack their casing. But like the pistol is just so deadly, and I've been saying this in other videos where I think the pistol itself is a really overpowered weapon in the sandbox right now, especially since they nerfed the BR. But I really love the Promethean weapons, but I think they could just be a little bit better. Well, okay, so I'm going with the closed fist now, and I really do like the closed fist. So I'm just trying to take out the boss, and I've got myself a light rifle as well. So I really love having sort of like this Promethean double loadout, and like the guns, they're so cool. Like, I really want to love them more than I do, and I think Halo 5 did a good job of making them a bit different than what they were in Halo 4. So I know that the bolt shot was a bit bit overpowered in Halo 4, but it seems to be that it's just not as versatile. And I think what they could have done was, I really like the homing style ability, but I think it needs some kind of precision kind of weapons for sort of like the lower tiers. So maybe what they could have done was have the bolt shot, so when you zoom in it gives you like a precision shot rather than just another homing shot. So say you were trying to take someone out, you could get their shields down with maybe the homing bullets just by hip firing, and then you could, to add that layer of skill, you could then have a precision shot with the bolt shot, and then it would bring it up maybe to on par or on level with the pistol, or maybe add that kind of different gameplay, which I think causes a problem, because I think there's no incentive to pull those kind of weapons, because the pistol is a level 1 REQ, and the suppressor and the bolt shot is a level 1 REQ, and I just think that they need to have a slight sandbox change just to make things a little bit different. I know that Halo 5 is really late into its life, so it could. Obviously, it's not going to happen in Halo 5's time, but I just think this is things to think about of what could have happened, or maybe some ideas for Halo Infinite. I mean, I probably already finished Halo Infinite's kind of sandbox, but I don't know. I don't know if these kind of discussions would ever reach 343, or whether they look at this kind of stuff. But I just got done over by the saw there. Pretty good on the leaderboard there. So second place, and I'm pretty happy with that. But yeah, so that was just my idea. I found it quite difficult, and the other thing as well is that, like, I always found that, say I really liked using the Promethean weapons, but I could never seem to have more than one at any one time. And I think what they should do is that maybe they should have two separate lines for how you level up in REQs. So maybe, okay, so I'm level 7 REQ now, but maybe they should have two different energy bars, so that, say, if you want to pull power weapons, they should recharge a bit faster, and then a separate line for vehicles, so that maybe the vehicles, they charge a little bit slower, so that you're not always being able to pull out vehicles all the time. But say you had the REQs and you just wanted to go with the light rifle all the time, I found that it was really difficult to you had to wait for ages before you could pull out the light rifle, but then say you wanted to pull out something else at the same time to complement your light rifle that was a 4-rounder loadout, you would have to wait again for a little while before that could happen. So I think if they had maybe two lines of REQ charging, one for power weapons, one for vehicles, I think that could work quite well, because I think one of the disappointing things about Warzone is that you only get a limited amount of time with the gun, with the power weapons that you pull, before you die, or before you don't really get much ammo either. So sometimes it's better to go with the loadout weapons, because you can just go to the REQ station and reload it really simply and just get back into the fight, which is disappointing, because sometimes these weapons are really cool and I like the variation, and I think that it would be really great if they had it so that you could use the weapons a little bit more. Anyway, so that was me getting absolutely annihilated on Skirmish at Darkstar, but I think I got through quite a few REQs, and I was second down from the board with 29 kills, so to be fair, I'm not too upset with how that went, because I was trying to play in a different kind of style, and I was trying to see, obviously, just trying to stick to exclusively Promethean loadout. But I hope you enjoyed me getting absolutely annihilated, so hopefully in the next video that won't happen. But we're going to go with, I'm thinking of maybe doing a Covenant style video next, so let me know in the comments if you think that's a good idea. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and yeah, it's just looking at the board here, so we can see that I didn't do too bad there. 21 deaths, so it's not that great, but yeah. Anyway, So so thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you in the next video. So just remember, take it easy, be good to each other, and play Halo. This is the Halo Enthusiast, signing off, and wishing you well in all things Halo.